Although people are still finding secrets and endings and whatnot, I can't help but talk about the next BENDY game. I have seen some people saying, you know what, the story concluded and we gotta end it here. Some people are saying, I can't see there being a third game that continues this story specifically. Well, in my personal opinion, and I've said this on my streams as well, and in my ending explanation video as well, that the ending and everything in Battle actually builds up towards a third game that might surpass both Batum and Battle in scale, lore, and everything. Let's talk about it. What is up, SmackNPie here? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to BENDY video here on the channel. So, we did an explanation video. We had an insanity ending that we talked about in my yesterday's video. So I wanted to talk about the third game because it kind of leads up to that. Now, putting the insanity ending in the game, if you take all the books and whatnot, it actually throws a wrinkle. So that means we now have 3 endings. The main ending that we all get, the other ending where if you don't get up to get the coffee, you basically finish up your work and you just go home happily ever after. There's a third ending where if you collect all the books, you get the insanity ending where you are in a mental asylum, crazy and whatnot. At first, I thought that that ending was because of you going to the authorities and, you know, they're deeming you a mental person, locking you up in the asylum. But I thought about it. And I realized that Gent Corp and Archgate actually might have everything to do with Audrey in the asylum. Think about it. Gent Corp, Archgate, Wilson, they figured out what was going on with the ink machine, with the studio and whatnot. They realized and they capitalized on everything. We saw at the end, in one of the main endings, actually in the main ending, that Gent Corp took back all the assets and now they're leading up to the next big thing. But it actually is not out of the question that once Audrey realizes what has happened, what has transpired, they deem her a crazy maniac, and that helps authorities in capturing her and putting her into a mental asylum. Because if she goes to trial, if she goes into whatever, if they put a case on her, it goes to court, she can probably, you know, fight it, and things will open and be revealed in the court that Gent Corp don't want anything, or even Archgate don't want anything to do about that, which is why it was the best case scenario for them. Now, coming back to the main ending, we saw how it was pretty much open-ended. We saw Audrey explaining that, you know, even though she ended that cycle, the cycle will still go on, starting from the beginning and whatever. But now that she's out, she can help her friends in the cycle with the knowledge that she now has. She possesses that. And even more so, what was the nail in the coffin for me was BENDY. See, BENDY, I thought baby BENDY was going to be in the ink world. He's not going to make it out to the real world. But what they showed here, and I literally said this in my stream, they've built both the worlds, 2 worlds. I've said it, people were like, it's a questionable and whatnot. They've literally built 2 worlds. We already have the ink world. Why are they showing so much of the real world? Why are we seeing Gent Corp taking back everything, whatever's left of the Joey Drew Studios, now called Archgate Studios with Gent Corp and whatnot? Why? I mean, think about it. Think about it. Why are we seeing Joey's apartment back to back? It just makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. We have built the ink world. We have shown from the beginning till the end, we have exhausted all of our options, all the angles within the studio. Rather, what we have done is build up 2 worlds. And the lore that we've built up, thanks to BENDY being in the real world with Audrey, is that the ink world is now taking over the real world. And that was hammered down further with Joey revealing how Audrey came to be. Audrey came to be because Joey, a real human, had, you know, connection with an ink character, Allison, and through that came Audrey, a unique person with both flesh and ink. So it had already happened back then, but now it's going to happen with pace. Gent Corp got hands on the ritual and the ink machine. Things are going to pick up with pace, and we are going to see the real world locations and the ink world location. I literally gave an example. Like, think about it. You're going into the place. You open the door in the real world. You're playing in the real world, just like the beginning of Battle. You open the door and you see an ink world. It would make for a unique game with unique aesthetics, visuals. It would really make it stand out. Not just in the indie department, in the AAA section as well. It would really get people to talk about stuff like this. So I am backing it 100%. If anything, it just leaves an open discussion, an open lore for a third game. If anything, it is 100% building up to the third game, and I would not be surprised if the third game does not take longer than better. The game has been a resounding success. It's not that broken, so the sales are good. It was on top charts alongside the titles like Call of Duty. That is a big thing to do. I believe third game is happening. Let me know your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. Subscribe for more Bendy videos and Dog Deception and Five Nights at Freddy's and Puppy Playtime as well. I'll see you in the next one.